Hey, if you are looking to start a Pokemon business, I think that this is the one thing that you gotta make sure that you have. And if you don't, I don't think you're gonna make it. Well, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. My name is TJ. I run a business called PokePaster TCG, where I buy and sell lots of Pokemon cards. And in terms of sales, I'm closing in on 50,000 sales for 2025 so far, and really closing in on $200,000 in sales since I've started this whole thing, which is crazy to think about. And in this channel, I kind of document a little bit of my journey and talk to you about some of my learnings throughout the way. And by the way, if you are enjoying the content, which I've been loving making it, I've got a new camera for this video, some new audio equipment. Still got these shelves back here that I gotta like spruce up and get some cool stuff on there. But hopefully, I'm able to make stuff that looks and sounds a little better for you guys because I enjoy making content. In terms of like getting in front of a camera and speaking, that's not something that stretches me a ton. I speak for a living. I'm a pastor, and so I'm in front of lots of people quite often. But the actual like behind the scenes technical side of this is a growth area for me because I don't really know a ton about video or lighting or audio or any of those things. So that's a cool learning curve. But I had no idea when I started this business that it was going to end up like this. And I think the biggest learning curve for me, and the biggest thing where I didn't know, it was going to be the time commitment. For anyone who is in the collectibles, reseller, trading card game vendor business, it is a considerable amount of time. And when I think about the one most important thing that you need if you are going to start a business selling Pokemon cards, is you need to have that dog in you. And I mean like, I don't know if there's like a better way to put it. You just have to really, really have that mindset of like, you're gonna have to really get after it. It takes a tremendous amount of time to source inventory. It takes a tremendous amount of time to ship things out. It takes a tremendous amount of time to sort cards. Holy buckets. Gosh, where's my BCW? One second. This guy right here. This BCW card sorter. If you start a Pokemon card business, you are going to spend a lot, and I mean a lot of time sorting cards. So you better have the alphabet down. You better be ready to and sling cards into different slots in that tray, because it takes so much time. I mean, think about it. You're buying 1,000 card lots, right? You go and pick up someone's collection, and they're like, "Hey, this collection's worth $2,000. I'll sell it to you for $1,400, right?" Which is pretty nice. You're like, "Oh, that's sick, sweet. I'm gonna make that money." You're not going to make that money until you go through and you sort all the stuff and you list all the stuff, and that takes time. And if you're looking to start this, you probably have another job, like I do, right? Like I have another job where I lead a team of pastors. I work at a large multi-site church. It is a tremendously time-intensive job, and that takes a lot. And I'm not complaining about my job. I love my job. I'll never, ever, ever step away, or at least I don't think I would ever step away from doing that. I love it. It brings a tremendous amount of fulfillment into my life. But if you have another job and maybe a family, like I do, right? Like I've got 3 kids now, I've got a wife. And so those are all demanding things. And so on top of that, you're going to have to find time to meet up with people and buy their collections. You're going to have to find time to sort all of these collections. You're going to have to find time to list all of these cards, right? Like back here, let me see. All of this stuff. Like this is a stack that's already alphabetized and ready to go. This is all sorted. But I still gotta list it, so I'm hoping to have like a big listing day coming on up. That's what I do. I should make a video sometime just about like my process of sorting stuff, like from buying it to getting it on my site and then how I store it. But man, that takes time. And I would be lying if I told you that there weren't a lot of evenings where I come home from work and I spend time with the family, and then we get the girls to bed and I spend a little bit of time with my wife. There are a lot of times where I'm like, man, hopping on World of Warcraft sounds kind of fun. Watching a movie sounds kind of fun. I haven't seen Severance yet. Severance is supposed to be really good. Solo Leveling is supposed to be super sick, right? I like anime. Attack on Titan's one of my favorite shows of all time. I haven't had time to do that because I know anytime I do something like that, right? It's time that I'm not putting into this, right? And this isn't like me complaining. Again, I love having this business. Like I do legitimately enjoy it and get a lot of fulfillment out of it. And it has become a really cool way that I have made some extra money for my family. It's been incredibly profitable. But to say that that comes at no cost is a complete exaggeration. It does. It absolutely takes a tremendous amount of time. So much so to where it's like, if you are really into like tracking your hours to be like, how much am I actually making per hour? Yeah, like there are probably a lot of better ways to make money. You know, it's so funny if you guys have ever seen like Brian's content from PokeNE, right? He's got a legitimate like super successful business out of Omaha, Nebraska, where he buys and sells Japanese. Well, he sells all stuff now, but he got started in the Japanese field, and he was like, "Hey, don't do this. Don't do it. like, don't get into this because of what it demands, and it does demand you to learn a ton and put in so much time." So obviously, you got to have that dog in you, right? That's number one. And then the other thing, you have to be able to learn, right? You have to, especially if you're selling singles, right? If you're selling sealed, there's maybe a little less learning that goes into it because it's like, hey, I know that this box is this. But if you're like, if someone sells you their multi-thousand number card collection where you're now sorting through, a tremendous amount of different cards, you have to know the different sets. You have to know the different subsets of that set, right? Like, what is the Galarian Gallery? What is the Galarian Gallery? What is the Trainer Galleries? Like, what are those things? And you have to know like the little symbols. Like, it's a little easier with what are we in now? Scarlet and Violet. It's a little easier with Scarlet and Violet because they have like the little it'll say like PAL for Paldea Evolved, or like SV1 for SV Base. But back in the Sword and Shield days and before that, they're all symbols, right? And so you have to like figure out, oh well, that one looks like Lost Origin, but Astral Radiance symbol looks a lot like the Lost Origin symbol. Chilling Rain symbol looks a lot like the Crown Zenith symbol. You have to learn all that stuff as you set that. And so if you're not committed to learning the timing of, or the symbols and the information that goes into that, like, you're not, it's going to be tough. So you have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to put in all the time and just really sit down to doing that. And that probably requires giving up other things that you can be doing, right? We all have 24 hours in a day. We all have the same amount of time, and we all allocate that time to things that we think are valuable. And so whether that's for you, your job, your full-time job, or your family, right? Family's important. Activities that you're involved in, that's important. Things that you're passionate about, video games, right? That's pretty important. Are you willing to let go of some of those things, right? Even like unwinding and like scrolling, right? Like, I would say for a lot of people, like, that's pretty important. Having some time to just like sit on a couch and unwind after a long day and scroll or watch YouTube or do something. Like, starting something like this might mean a lot of giving that stuff up, and that's something that you should consider for sure. And then I guess this has been something that I've been learning just over the past really this past month, is when you have a business like this where the output or the money that you earn is so closely tied in with the amount of time that you put into it, you get into this really weird space where you start to put dollar signs and assign those dollar signs to your time, right? Like, if I have an evening where I've got a bunch of bulk to sort through, I know there's $400 of bulk, probably, maybe 300, I don't know. It's a lot of cards of sitting right there in that box, and it's just sitting there, and it has been sitting there for weeks and weeks and weeks. And so anytime that I have an evening that's free, I know that I'm actively missing out on that money. And so that's just constantly in the back of my mind of like, how valuable is this thing that I'm going to do, because I could be making money. And when you have a 9-to-5 or something like that, or a salary job, that's not really the case, because it's not, you don't have as easy of a direct relation between hours, time that you put in, and money that you make. But with this, you absolutely do. The money that you make is directly correlated to the amount of hours that you're willing to put in. And so if you're willing to put in the hours, you will make the money. But that means that when you don't put in the hours, you are missing out on that money, and that starts to weigh on you, right? And then you start to feel that like nudge of like, oh, like, I'm doing something wrong. I could be sorting, I could be doing this, right? And balance is super important too, because you know, like, if you always give into that nudge of doing more, if you always give into that, then you're gonna burn out, right? And you're gonna lose the things that are more important to you, like your actual job, like your family, like relationships, like all of that. And so you're in this weird spot, especially if you're someone where you're like wired where you're wired to achieve and to do more and to grow. And it's like, hey, like I did 15,000 last month and now I did 16,000 and now I want to do 17,000. But then if you have a month where it's like, oh man, like we were out of town or my store was turned off, now I only did 12,000. Oh, I'm a failure. And I know that's not true, but those voices start to creep in. And it's all of these things that I've been talking about kind of just culminate in this is the reason why most people don't make it. And it's not because it's not profitable. It's not because the money isn't there. It's just because it's really, really hard. That I think that's when I started making content, that's one of the questions I got the most was people would be like, hey, like if you found a side hustle that has been profitable, if you found a side hustle that has made you a lot of money, why would you just tell people exactly how to do that? And the reality of that is most people are not going to do it, right? I can tell you exactly what to do. I can tell you to go buy bulk. I can tell you to start playing the game so you start knowing which cards are valuable from the bulk. I can tell you to take risks and man, there's that lot, or there's that collection that's worth $2,000 and someone wants to sell it for, $1,350, and it's like, most people are not going to take that risk. Most people are not going to put the hours in to do it, right? If you do, hey, that's awesome. There's plenty of, what did I hear? There's plenty of bread in the pond, right? For the ducks. There's plenty of bread to go around. There's plenty of people selling their collection. This is the biggest media franchise of all time. This is an incredibly saturated market of collectors who are not wanting to piece out their collections and sell themselves. And so there's no shortage of cards to buy. But I would say, does everyone have what it takes to put in the time to build something? Probably not. And I would say, like, if I don't make it, right? Like if 6 months down the road or a year down the road, I'm like, hey, like I'm ready to call it quits. That would be what does it. It's not because it's not profitable, because it is. It's because it is incredibly, incredibly demanding, and you have to have that dog in you. You have to be willing to grind it out. And sacrifice things, good things, maybe not the best things, but you have to be willing to sacrifice some good things to make it happen. But again, this is, I want to reiterate, this is not me complaining. I do love this, and it has been profitable, and I love meeting people and buying collections and selling collections and shipping stuff out and making content. Like all this is super fun, but it's not for everyone. But if it is for you, I'm going to continue making content. I'm going to continue helping out. I got some cool videos planned. I'm going to do a big 3-month recap of my first 3 months of the year because sales have been bananas, and I've got lots of stuff to share, and then lots of other cool videos coming up. So if you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Maybe Discord in the future, I think, because I've gotten so much fulfillment just out of coming alongside people who are new to doing this and helping them, helping you guys along your way and giving you coaching. That's essentially what I do for work, right? Like, yeah, I speak from stage and stuff, but like I get to come alongside other pastors who are new or younger or earlier on in their career, and I get to coach them on how to lead people better. And so I don't have any issues coaching you guys and helping you make a business selling Pokemon cards because I enjoy it so much. So yeah, you got to have that dog in you if you want to make it. I hope you do, and you'll find out soon enough, because that stack of stuff to go through is just going to get bigger and bigger. And at some point, if you don't have it in you, you'll be like, I'm gonna call it quits, and you'll sell that stuff too, and that'll be fine, because then you'll know. But that's all I got for you in this one. Thank you so much for watching. Jesus loves you. We'll catch you next time. Peace.